Welcome to the Bums Happy Hour presented by Jack's Place, 7000 West Southwest Highway in Chicago Ridge, Illinois. They got a couple Super Bowl specials. Head over to their social media pages to check that out. I am Bologna. I'm here. I'm going to be here with a couple other guys, but it's Rumble season and we're all wrestling fans. So I'm going to introduce everybody Rumble style. So you guys in the comments, you guys can predict who's last, who's first, who's coming next. But let's kick it off. Let's see who's my first, first opponent. Here we go. It's this motherfucker. Of course it is. Jason, happy Friday.
Happy Friday, Peter. I am almost officially. I'm ready for the Rumble tomorrow, but I'm more importantly happy for finally to get done with dry January. I'm being lame today. I have a Coke, but I'm stocked up for the weekend. I'm ready.
Oh shit! I mean, is 24 hours really gonna change it? This is the Bums Happy Hour, baby. Peer pressure.
I know. I'm gonna stay disciplined, but I'm ready. I'm saving it for tomorrow. So, this is really good.
Yeah,
single
barrels.
Yeah, single barrel Benny's pick as well as this G4 repo. So I'm ready for the weekend. But today, just gonna have a nice chill Friday, and yeah, let's go. How you doing, my man?
Feeling good. I was telling you guys earlier, we had a couple things that came up bums-wise, peek behind the curtain stuff. And I forgot to text you back because I got water in the basement. Our main man, Dougie's been fighting pipes all week long. So I don't want to, steal his valor. It's stolen valor at this point. But I got a little water in the basement. I've been fighting all day. Not bad at all. A quick shop vac, and we're Gucci. But yeah, I thought, make the most of a bad situation. So I started drinking earlier, right when I got down.
So what are you drinking? Let me ask you the question.
Trusty Modelo, as always. Always with the Modelos. And then I'm going through bottle kill. It's bottle kill season. I'm trying to make space.
Now you're peer pressuring me.
So I got a little Calumet 10. I've been trying to kill some bottles that are just laying around. They're not even up. I've got bottles in the basement just laying on the floor. Right. I'm like, I gotta finish.
So I'm gonna do a little bitch pour here. But
dude, I'm proud of you. That's what I said. Dry January. You're basically done with January. So you Gucci, baby.
That's good. Yeah.
All right. Let's keep it going.
I'm ready for y'all.
Oh shit! You came correct.
I thought you were gonna yeet.
Double fisted in wrestling gear.
No, I won't get into the ring until I finish this beer. So I'll see y'all in an hour.
That's a cheap heel move. You're not getting into the ring until you're done. What's going on,
Hermano? My waltz. What's going on, Hermanos?
What do you got going on? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, presented by Jack's Place. Here we go on the Bums Happy Hour. I'm just happy I didn't get stopped by no freaking freight trains on my way home from work tonight. That's a big win. So salute for that. And what am I drinking here? Besides my trusty Modelo, I popped open my Jimmy Russell 70th anniversary turkey here.
Oh hell yeah!
Dude, so that's why you have to yeet, because you're drinking the Jimmy. So
I'm not.
You're yeeting.
I am. I don't know. That sounds dirty.
Give us a yeet, Joey.
Isn't it that ab exercise doing this? Is that the yeet?
It is.
Okay, yeah, my abs hurt. But anyways, what's up with y'all?
Good. We're ready. We're ready for the weekend, man. Like I said, I broke my fast a little early, so but it is what it's just a little nip.
It's a little nip. That's almost like a medicinal pour, cure.
Yeah, it's already gone.
Cure a little bit of a toothache or a bellyache. Gucci.
Whatever.
We got the Southside Bum. We called in the righty. Because we were missing Dougie. Dougie was originally going to be on the show, and Johnny was going to have the week off. But there's no weeks off for Dougie in real life. So Johnny, you sent out the text. You said I could sub in. I got nothing going on. So
I came into after hours work. I'm a team player. I haven't been on the show here in a while, so How's everybody doing?
We're good. You know, I just realized with Dougie not on the show, Peter, you should have had like a quick video upload of him and then like send him on, send him out. He'll be like the Santino Morella of the Bumcast.
Like 2 seconds in and he just bounces right out. I like that.
The Bushwhacker Luke treatment.
That would have been good.
Over and out.
But yeah, see, we got people in the comments saying thank you for your service, Johnny.
Johnny, what are you drinking tonight?
Just a little bit of I like to mix things up, so I got a little bit of Evan Williams and Zero Coke. Just a
Evan
little bit of
Williams.
mixture, so. Yeah,
That's not
Williams, all
bad.
right.
yeah, it's actually not that bad. Not that
Oh,
bad.
see, even
trust you, John.
even while he's working, he's got the high vis on, but he's tweeting along with the show or commenting along with the show. This is a good,
I miss you too, Dougie.
our guy Jordan from the Boneheads and Brewski show. He says, "Why does Johnny seem like the dirty dom of the group?" So we said this we were going to be wrestling heavy on this show because the Rumble's tomorrow. Is Johnny the dirty dom of this group? I don't think he is.
I don't think so at all. No.
No, I think with the mustache though, Johnny, can you get a mullet going? Can you get?
Oh no, I'm not doing that. Not in Chicago.
I would pay good money for Johnny to have a mullet.
Yeah, well, that's never gonna happen.
No.
Joey, you're trying to grow out the hair a little bit. I did it
Yeah,
last
maybe
summer.
Joey-
I had a dirty mullet all summer long, the Peso Pluma haircut.
Trying to do
I
my
don't
punk haircut.
I don't think that's coming back. You know what? We'll ask our wrestling expert, if you will, who's the dirty dom of the group.
It's definitely Johnny.
Oh shit! All right, there you go. Brian, how are you, my man? We got a playback going right after this. So you guys in the comments, you're watching along, commenting along. We're gonna do the playback thing where the Sadistic Penguins playback, right?
Yep.
And we're gonna watch the '92
Well,
Rumble.
technically it's the Magnificent Stan channel because when I made it I didn't know what we were doing because we had just left that other network and we're starting our own. So, Johnny's definitely the dom.
I'm gonna say
Yes.
I'm going
I am
with
the
Orton
Don.
for me. I'm gonna be the Orton of
The Orton. You're just gonna go like this all the
Orton
time.
of the Bums, yeah.
I would think I would be more of a Rey Mysterio type of character. If we're gonna be perfectly honest here.
Jason, I would consider you more of a George the Animal Steel kind of guy.
No,
So he's ripping off turnbuckles.
no, he's the Eddie Kingston of the.
That's true. I am the Eddie.
Yeah.
That's true.
You definitely need to show up to a tailgate carrying a gas can next time.
Our man Gordo back in the hospital. So we're gonna send a quick well wishes to my man Gordo because he's fighting through some issues. But
Yeah,
he texted us today. He said he'll be in the comments, so we appreciate you watching. You got nothing else to do, and I hate to say it, Gordo. So we appreciate you commenting along.
yeah.
You're kind of stuck with us.
Glad the surgery was a success. Happy or sad to see that you're back in, the hospital, but happy at least you got through the rough part there. So.
Breaking news, according to Sam Reeves, we're all racist.
I mean, if you watch the show on Monday, we purged our diversity hires. So
That's true. Dougie still.
Oh, yeah, it's not a good look for us right now.
Dougie hasn't been on Bum's programming since Trump took office, and he might not return because DEI is gone.
yeah,
I haven't seen Erin.
I'm
in
the first white
comments as
guy
well,
on your
too.
products in like weeks.
That's a
yeah,
good
it's true.
point.
That's a good point.
Put
But
the
you got-
mask back on. We need El Stanley Magnifico. We don't need Magnificent Stan. We need the luchador.
Yeah, we gotta brown wash the podcast. So
I'll do it. I swear.
He's gone. He left.
all right, let's get into some stuff here, guys.
Yeah. So, first question for you for the group, and it's something I've been thinking about all week because I have family plans tomorrow, but we don't have anything like real specific. And it's the first week without football. Like, I'm not watching the NBA. No
You're not watching the
football
Pro
except
Bowl?
for the Pro Bowl. No, dude, I tried watching the skills competition and I couldn't. I watched like 15 minutes of it. I'm like, no, thank you. So on a weekend like today, this weekend, like you got no plans. I know the Rumble's on tomorrow, so I think we're all going to be watching the Rumble. But on a regular weekend where there's no real sports, what the hell do you guys do with your time? Because I don't know what to do with myself.
This is a get everything done that's been on your list for fucking 5 months.
Right.
So I have some home repairs that are going in this weekend. We're getting in the bar. You guys see, I got the beautiful bar behind me. We're getting some outlets and some lighting installed tomorrow morning. Me and my cousin are doing it. So
Your cousin's doing it.
My cousin's doing it. I'm just supervising because I don't do a fucking electrical. But I will, whatever he needs me to assist with, I will be there assisting.
He's gonna be like, whenever I'm sure we've all been there. Whenever your dad's doing work and you're a kid, hold a flashlight, and you're holding the flashlight. No, not there, cabrón. And then you just have to move it all over. At least that's what happened to me.
But this is what you do when there's no sports on. You finally get shit done in the house. So there's stuff that I've been putting off for a while. So it's gonna be that, and then maybe go out to dinner or something and just binge like some shows on Netflix that we haven't. Because Sunday you just wake up, you maybe order some breakfast or something, and then. You just sit in front of the television and just stream like 10 hours of fucking, shows on HBO or Netflix or something. So, but it's a honeydew weekend.
That's a good call. That's a smart call.
Mhm.
Jose's in the comments saying mock draft for next fantasy season. Too early for mock draft. I'm doing Bears mock drafts. That only takes 5 minutes. You can't be doing fantasy work right now. The season hasn't even ended yet, my man. Joey, what do you got going on? You doing a lot of chores? Sandy got you sweeping?
That's every Saturday, bro. I'm not allowed to execute my list unless, the Queen's list is complete. And I'm not talking about Queen Charlotte either. The Shot Queens list is complete. So, but Dougie already mentioned, and that's what I wrote down. Number one with a silver bullet is sleep. If we don't have anything planned at all for a weekend, no plans to go out or nothing whatsoever, no sports on our busy agenda, it's just sleep. We're catching up. And then if we do wake up at some point, I'm just treating her. So whatever she wants to do, because I haul her everywhere, to every freaking sports stadium in the city to just keep watching all of our lovable losers. And she puts up a lot of crap. So whatever you want to do, babe, we're doing order and takeout or Netflix, HBO Max, whatever. Listen to music and just have a shot or two, whatever. Chill.
Shot or two? Do you know who you married?
Yeah, who you crapping?
Yeah, it's it's about like 4 or 5 shots at minimum
per minute.
Johnny, you hitting up Taylor Street? Anything?
No. I'm taking
Turtle.
Nice little break. Nope, not going to Corks. Not going. Although they're having an event on Sunday, but I'm not going. I'm gonna be a good boy here. I'm just gonna chill, hang out. I gotta get some stuff done, and I gotta get some stuff done for us because the season's gonna start here soon. So I gotta start, working on the shirts. I've already started working on them, so I got stuff on the pipeline right here. So more stuff on that, but. It's just stuff to catch up with. Same thing how Jason said, like whenever I don't have nothing going on, either I'll just put some music on and I'll just start working on stuff. Obviously t-shirt designs or whatever. It's just a good time to kind of like just, recharge the batteries as well too after, going to Sox Fest and going to like Reggie's as well too. And I got stuff going on next weekend and the following weekend and the weekend after that. So it's a good, yeah.
Very special day for a very special little man.
Who's that?
50th birthday party.
No, was it? Shut the fuck up.
Brian, these answers have been boring as shit. You got anything good going on whenever there's no sports on?
Boring.
I really don't. It's the same old bullshit I always do. But this week specifically, I've done 3 podcasts in the last 4 days. So, and then we're doing playback and.
Now we're talking.
That gap between like football slowing down and college football ending and baseball starting, that window, I'm gonna try to do like 2 or 3 things at least a week with that. Outside that, same old shit. You see all these records back there. I listen to them, play video games, watch crap with the wife. That's about it.
Taco's in the comments saying season 2 of Night Agent is amazing. I never even heard what's Night Agent. So that was gonna be my answer. Like realistically, I got to catch up on movies and shows that I haven't watched because football and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know what I want to start. I heard Severance is really good, and I think I have to start Severance, but it seems like all of these shows nowadays, it's a freaking chore to start like something.
Dude, we watched the other night. We watched the Jerry Springer Netflix doc,
I watched that.
which is insane.
Was it good?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was pretty good.
yeah. It makes you think about like old high school, and Joe can attest to this because with the whole thing with Springer, it reminds me of when we were sophomores in high school and we had a Spanish teacher who was fresh out of college and everything, and we would just like badger the fuck out of her to be like, put on Jerry, because it was like 2 p.m. like Spanish class, and she'd be like, all right, if everyone gets like over like 95% of the Spanish test, we'll put on Jerry Springer, and we would do it like repeatedly, and then she'd put it on for like 5 minutes, and then you'd see like some chick flashing or whatever, and she'd be like, all right,
yeah.
That's enough of that. But and then we'd just be like, Jerry. That was just like fucking his craziness in high school, like with the little TVs in the classrooms that you could just get local stations on. Good times with Springer, man. I miss the classic shows like that. Those different times, different era.
Did you guys ever go to the show?
I did.
But
I was waiting to say something. Yeah, I went. I was like 18 or 19, and fucking ridiculous. Like it's so horribly staged. The whole thing.
That's what like. It's fake, but once you're there, you don't realize until like how fake it is. I remember getting tickets. It was our senior year, but you had to be 18 to go. So like half of my buddies were 18 and half weren't. So it's like, all right, well, the guys that are 18 are going. So it was like me, Scott Rounds, shout out Scott Rounds, and my buddy Chris. So we go to Springer, and we're like, we're all excited. We were like, whoa, well, maybe we go see boobs. You don't know, like you're at a Springer show, you never know. It was like domestic, like wife and husband arguing. I'm like, this sucks.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I experienced. The one thing that was funny was there was a guy in the audience that didn't know it was staged, and when the person on stage started to like approach him, he punched the guy, like legit punched him in the face.
Oh shit!
Before the security got there, and then they took him out. I don't know what happened to him, but yeah, that was the only exciting part. The rest of it was like, this is fucking nonsense. Like
my sister-in-law used to work for Jerry Springer, so I gotta talk to her after watching that show and get some of the war stories and everything like that. Because I want to know what really happened backstage for that. But
Senior
I've been told that Jenny Jones was the crazy one.
Jenny Jones. There was a bunch of them.
All the fights would happen in the backstage because they would try a little harder to be legitimate.
Yeah, so. I never got into Maury. I just couldn't do it.
Didn't want to see how many baby daddies were actually.
I didn't give a fuck. I didn't give a fuck who the father was.
Well,
I still. Sorry, go ahead.
So Springer was, I would say, like that wasn't the one that really started it all. I would say like not Geraldo. What was the other one?
Donahue.
But that was
Donahue. Yeah, Donahue.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
I remember
Donahue
like my mom watching Donahue.
Donahue got hit in the fucking face with a chair from a Nazi or something. Was that Geraldo?
That was probably
Geraldo got punched once, right? Like he got his
Geraldo,
nose broken.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it was.
Was it because he couldn't find anything for Capone's vault?
Yeah, and then Sally Jesse Raphael was the other one. That lady with the glasses. I don't know how we got into this topic, but the documentary. Go ahead.
I thought we were drafting on the drafting pod.
I was gonna say the best part about Maury though was when like the guy found out he wasn't actually the father, and he'd just be like running around like and doing like the Homer Simpson. Woo, 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 woo.
He'd go and run backstage and come back up and down the steps.
Yeah, like you ho, I knew it. Like, oh man, those were good times, man. Can't do that anymore.
Jason, we talked earlier. You mentioned the Springer documentary. I watched the Avicii documentary last week.
I did.
That was crazy good. And I'm not really in the EDM all that much, although I did like Avicii. I mean, who didn't like Avicii, right? Levels. And that was the biggest song in the world for like a decade. But that was really good. If you guys haven't watched the Avicii doc, I thought that was really good.
I just started. We're halfway through it. American Primeval on Netflix. Bloody good violence. It's about
Okay.
the settling the Wild West in Utah in the 1840s, and it's like the government versus the Mormons versus Indians. Like it's crazy violent.
Three-way dance, huh?
Yep.
Okay. Like
They're all
Royal
fighting each
Rumble right
other.
there.
And now
Royal
we're
Rumble
talking.
in Salt Lake City. So,
Wow.
but the guy who wrote it is the same guy who did the Reverend. So,
Oh shit,
yeah.
that's good.
That was deep.
Good to know. All right, Jason, you wanted to bring up a topic. Before we get to that, I'm going to play a quick ad from Jack's Place, but let's get to I guess we're going to talk a little Cubs before that. The Bums Happy Hour is presented by Jack's Place. Located at 7000 West Southwest Highway, Jack's Place is the best little bar and slots lounge on the southwest side. Whether you're looking for a live music night, comedy night, or a Chicago Sports Bums event, Jack's Place is the place to be. March Madness is just around the corner, and Jack's Place is the best place to cheer on your favorite college basketball team. Jack's Place is proudly female-owned and operated. Next time you're in the southwest suburbs, stop in at Jack's Place and tell them the Chicago Sports Bum sent you.
Yeah. We gotta talk a little Cubs here because I feel like they copped us, man. So
All right, let her rip.
they have unveiled their concept called the Yard. Sounds awful, kind of suspicious to something that's on the south side. But center field seating, high top seats can seat up to 50 fans. Meals included, unlimited bar, wine, seltzers. This sounds eerily like a patio bar. It looks like a patio bar. And I'm pretty sure that they just basically took the whole concept that we had on 35th and Shield and just put that in. They said, let's not put it in right field. Let's put it in center field. But it's basically a Sox knockoff. Am I wrong?
Not
Who did
wrong
the
at all.
Sox rip it off from to begin with? Like,
Yeah,
come on.
I don't know
like,
if it's a Sox ripoff, but
That's a good point. I'm sure there's 25 stadiums with some sort of concept like this.
No, Jerry's very original, guys. Jerry came up with that idea, and now the Ricketts are taking us over. Now here's the thing: if I'm a Cubs fan, I'm pissed the fuck off at this because he's been crying about no money for free agents and we're trying to break even. Maybe don't spend all this money to upgrade your center field and add additional, I don't want to say experience but I feel like this money could have been spent on upgrading your team. But if I was a Cubs fan, I'd be pissed.
Maybe the argument would be made that these $350 tickets are going to be spent on a 35-year-old reliever or so. So this is from John Greenberg. He says it's like backyard vibe meets tailgate. He says the food includes an all cheval burger, hot dog, and vegetarian options. For the home opener, it's $1,300 for 4 tickets. That's $325 a pop, and then it fluctuates depending on the demand of the game, which pisses me off. But the White Sox do the same thing. The important games cost more. But yeah, $325 a pop. Worth it if it's unlimited food and drinks, Jay?
Well, it says unlimited beer, wine, and seltzer. And then they only give you a small cheval burger. They can't even give you an all cheval burger. They got to give you the fucking.
I don't mind the small cheval burgers, to tell you the truth. I almost would rather have 2 small cheval burgers than one big ass all cheval burger.
Okay, to each their own. But I feel like that's just you're paying that much money. At least give me a full size burger. I think the unlimited beer and seltzer, that's fine. I mean, like the Sox do it with if you sit in the scout seats. I mean, there's our 500 or whatever it is, 550 for, and you get unlimited serve, like your own. You get server, you get unlimited food and drink, but you get to go they have the buffet before game and shit like that too. So, I mean, when you do the patio bar for the Sox games and you pay the $50 and they do that for an hour and a half before the game, but at least you get options. You get they have the beefs and chicken and hot dog, whatever. They have variety instead of just saying here's your fucking burger. That's been sitting under the warmer for the past fucking 2 hours.
You're not
You guys
wrong.
remember that? You guys remember that episode of The Simpsons when Homer went to the all you can eat and he ate so much that didn't he get banned?
Does this look like someone who's had all that he could eat?
So yeah, that's where I'm going with this. Sandy and I would just do it out of spite. We'd drink them broke during
Hell
that
yeah.
game and Uber safely home, of course. But yeah, I would just do it out of spite, just so that it goes away.
I love
Or they
Mailman
lower the
Joe's
price.
comment. He says, "Let
will
me guess,
tell you
Hot
that-
Doug coming out of fake retirement. Hot Doug's never quit. I feel like Hot Doug's is like 5 different restaurants at all times throughout Chicagoland. It's just not
he
his.
does.
Not
He
his
does
restaurant.
Peace Pizzeria in Wicker
Yeah.
Park. Yeah. No, he doesn't want the hassle of running a restaurant and all the lines and the hours and everything. He just wants to cherry pick what he works. But yeah, I think this, like, you're getting unlimited food and drink. That's cool. But I feel like, or I'm sorry, just unlimited drink. It's fine. But I think, if they're just giving you one food option, I think that's kind of lacking for the price.
I think the biggest benefit of the whole thing, though, is you get to sit and watch a baseball game and it doesn't smell like piss like the rest of the park does.
Good point. That's a very good point.
Because
Urine,
every time
yeah,
urine all over.
like smell is someone like literally like pissing, and like it's almost like someone's pissing on your head. Like that's
If anyone else
smells like most of the time.
playing center field is following the Moises Alou rule of pissing on your hands, and then
Prez
you
is in
might
the
be-
comments. Prez,
Well, you want
peeing back
calluses?
there?
Come on, man.
You know what, Peter? Real quick, I want to put this back up on here. How many? Okay, so you're watching this, right? And then say you got a home run ball goes to center field, and you got everyone trying to reach over. How many beers do you think are going to get spilled on you by people trying to reach over and get those home run balls?
Yeah, they gotta give ponchos too. It's got to be like a
Yeah.
Gallagher show.
They
You're gonna
take
get
Yeah.
you're gonna get all kinds of shit on you.
So obviously they took away the fencing, right? That's by the Ivy, so there's no more Ivy and there's no fencing. So you're gonna have like drunk asses like falling down in there, and I can't wait for that to happen. I want to like start taking bets on the over under of when the first drunk ass falls to the center field yard.
Well, they're gonna have like this rendering isn't complete. They're gonna have like some sort of partition.
Yeah, they'll
some
definitely have some
glass.
type of safety function.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
absolutely.
The one from
opening-
falling in the fencing before.
dude. Otherwise, opening day, Praz is broken clavicle for sure.
Does anybody know the capacity of like what how
50
much they can
people.
hold it? 50 people?
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's at least that's what according to John Greenberg. Hell yeah! Start a GoFundMe.
Yeah, there you go.
So wait, it was roughly like 300 a ticket.
325, yeah, for opening day.
325. Okay, so hang on a second.
You're doing some quick maths.
I am. So in terms of just what it brings into the park, 1.3 million for the whole season.
There you go.
That's a reliever right there.
Nah, I don't think so.
It's a shitty reliever.
On
That's
the
what,
White Sox-
that's what the Mets.
White Sox or Pirates maybe.
That's what the Mets just spent on Nick Madrigal, man. Come on.
Before we move on, I want to bring up this super chat from Aloha Mr. Hand. He said the show is lacking without Dougie and the intern. DEI. We said it on the Bumcast. We said at the start of the show. The Trump mandates you can't keep them. Diversity hire.
Nobody's forcing you to watch this either.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Mr.
Just
Hand, but
saying.
we appreciate your $4.99, and I will say, let's lead by example. Follow Aloha Mr. Hand's lead, because we got Whiskey at Comiskey coming up, and all of this money from the super chats, t-shirts, and everything else goes right into our Whiskey at Comiskey kitty. That pays for the beer, the food, the booze, everything that comes along with the tailgates. So we appreciate the $4.99 from Aloha Mr. Hand. If people watching, throw a couple $2-3. In the long run, it benefits everyone, right? Because it's going to be Modelo's for opening day, some brews, some food, some whiskey, and
Small
a fun time
cheeseburgers.
some not small Cheval cheeseburgers, but maybe some Dougie cheeseburgers.
Yeah, Dougie cheeseburgers.
But yeah, so we appreciate Aloha for the $4.99, and if you guys are watching, keep it going.
Yeah, we're still working on sponsorships for the day. But the one change we're going to implement this year for the tailgates is we're going to try to keep better track of our RSVP. So there's going to be a form that goes out, a Google Doc form, just to people to RSVP if you're coming or not, just so we can keep better track of how much food and everything to get for this year's tailgates. There's a few times we overbought, and sometimes we didn't like and we had like shortages of beer and stuff like that. You know, never going to complain when we drink the beers dry, right? So
we've not, yeah. So that's a great point. I'm glad you mentioned it, Jay. We've never ran out of beers, which is important, right? Everyone gets their allotment, whatever you want. But there have been times where I text you guys post game. It's like I came home with 2 Modelos, and I was like, "Holy crap, that could have been bad." So, yeah. It just helps us do some maths.
Yep. So look
right.
for that pretty soon.
Jay, you got to run, or are you hanging on?
I'm gonna bounce right now, guys. So you guys can finish up the Rumble on yourself. But have a great rest of your weekend. Go, and I'll talk to you guys. You know, obviously, and everyone else, have a good one. See you guys on Monday.
Later, my dude.
Later, homie.
Later.
All right. So that was Jason. Thank you for him. First guy eliminated from the Rumble. Lasted longer than we expected, but he's out off the top rope. 2 feet hit the ground. He's out of here. All right. Next question. So this is something me and Julie saw I saw this late last night. I had no idea it was going on, but it was a concert to benefit the wildfires in California. Crazy lineup, just talent straight through the board. But not billed, surprise to everyone, Nirvana reunited, and I saw it like blowing up the internet. That's how I found out about the concert. So I thought it was fine. You know, the audio was a little rough for St. Vincent. But overall, they had, 4 different females sing, including Dave Grohl's daughter that sang All Apologies to close it out. I thought that was really good. But now that they did this, and we said never say never with Oasis, Johnny, we thought it might not ever happen.
No.
Do you guys think this lays the groundwork? You saw it with Chester Bennington and Linkin Park. They replaced Chester with a female. I thought that would probably be a better way to go about things because you could never really replace Kurt Cobain. And I'm not saying touring or anything, but is there a possibility this is not just a one-off?
So,
well, this wasn't a one-off anyway. They've done it before. They performed. They did a whole set when they got in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They played on SNL with Paul McCartney. So I mean, they've done it before. So I don't know if building on to anything else. I don't know if that's going to happen.
I'm going to say it will happen because nobody ever thought that Van Halen was going to come back. Nobody thought that Queen was going to come back and tour, or INXS, or any of these other bands. I just feel this year, Oasis, nobody ever thought that they would come back. Obviously, there's some of them that, obviously didn't come back, the Beatles and, Led Zeppelin and all that. But I just think if they find the right person to be the lead singer that is appropriate, I'm not going to say to replace Kurt Cobain because nobody's going to ever replace him, but just to have somebody there that, that can keep up with his Aurora, his what he did with Nirvana. It didn't even have to be just like him. Like I said, I mean, I was listening with Joan Jett. Joan Jett did a hell of it.
Yeah, she was good.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I thought it was the same thing. Even if they don't replace him with one person, it could be like a traveling group of people that kind of rotates and stuff like that. Almost like the Jerry Garcia method of Dead and Company, or
that's what I would envision if they did something like that. Yeah.
But
sure.
Peel Dragons is saying Courtney won't allow it. And
that's a problem too. While
I agree with that, if she's getting the bag, I think she does allow it, because if she's splitting that money, 1/4 of the way.
She's got so many problems with Grohl, though. I don't know, man. And she's
money.
Not.
I think
she's
money
not
cures
there,
all. Yeah, she definitely is not all there. But
you got to get to the daughter, not her. That's the.
I would lean. That's true. So I would lean more on it. It's more of a possibility now seeing it. But like you mentioned, they had done stuff in the past. I do remember the SNL stuff.
Yeah, I mean, well, they actually, the Hall of Fame one, they did stuff with St. Vincent as well as Kim Gordon from Sonic Youth.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen the performance yet, the one from yesterday, but I think Kim Gordon was there too, right?
Yeah, Kim Gordon.
She was.
Kim Gordon sang on the second song, and then she played along with the band the rest of the way. St. Vincent kicked it off, and unfortunately for St. Vincent, like the audio was off when she started. You could tell that like the mic wasn't synced and her inner ear thing was like bothering her. So it started off a little rough, but then it was pretty good. I mean, best all things considered, I guess.
I love watching Chris Novoselic play the bass because that guy is like 6'8", and his
Huge.
arms, like he literally his knuckles like drag on the ground. Like his bass is literally on the ground while he's playing it. It's wild.
Sign me up for the Vicente Fernandez hologram at the United Center. I'd be there.
Absolutely.
My dad will be there. All my deals would be crying in the front row with their modelos and their tequilas, just crying at a hologram of a mustachio.
Mariachi hats,
70-year-old.
suits,
Yeah,
they'd be
mariachi
all
hero.
decked
Yeah, get
out.
the hologram horse too. You might as well have him riding on a horse. Yeah, St.
Wait, is a
Vincent was
horse going to
created
be a
in a lab to
hologram?
make- Yeah, horse has to be hologram too.
Oh, it's weird.
St. Vincent was created in a lab to make music. Guitar skills are off the chart and remarkable vocals. She's awesome. She's really, really good. Oh yeah, but yeah, I wanted to pick your guys' brain. I know you guys are all music guys. I want to see like, is there a possibility?
The fun question would be like if they did have one centralized lead singer, who would you envision playing that role?
See, that's
I
the
don't
thing.
even- yeah, that's
That's
Too
the tough.
hard.
I think that's the tough part, and I would think that Dave and Chris would get it right on that one. I mean, it would have to be somebody possibly from their past, or somebody that's up and coming who never would have thought that. Yeah, Post Malone.
No, people would hate this.
No. That's
I know.
actually a good
I'm-
answer.
I'm
That's
saying
a good
people,
answer.
People, the general public would hate it, but he did that full show during COVID where he sang all Nirvana songs. It was amazing. It was
him. What is Travis Barker? Right? It was with him.
Yeah, it was. So like that's actually a sneaky, really good answer. That would make a shit ton of money. Courtney might say yes to that just from the bag alone that would generate.
Yeah,
I never seen it, so that's
yeah. It's on YouTube.
It's way better than you would expect. It's way
like
better.
I'll check it out.
I went into it thinking like, what the hell is this?
Every component was in a different location too, and they still like made it sound really cool together, even though the drummer was in a completely separate building, and it was cool.
You think? Hold on. Now I'm thinking about something else here. You think that David Grohl would be the singer, and then you put in Taylor Hawkins' son? I know it's a Foo Fighters type of thing, but
At that point, you just got the Foo Fighters because Pat Smear's there too.
Smear's been there from jumps. He was there yesterday. He's always been there. But yeah, it was just interesting. I was watching it. That concert, if you haven't missed it, it's like 6 hours long. Obviously, benefiting the wildfires. It was really good. They just had talent about talent. Our guy Joey Bluma was there. It's kind of bullshit. I mean, not that I want to complain about it, but we were talking about the DEI and everything. They gave everybody 3 songs. My man Peso only got 1. He got 1 song and then
come on,
off the stage.
I got
it was good. All right, let me play a quick self-serving ad before we get on to our last 2 topics.
Big Cartel is the official home of Chicago Sports Bums merch. Help support your favorite podcast by buying a couple 2-3 shirts. We got socks, bears, hawks, and bum branded threads, and all of our shirts are unisex sizes. Remember, all the proceeds go back directly into our Whiskey at Comiskey tailgates that keeps them free for everyone. And keep an eye out for new shirts coming very soon. So visit shysportsbums.bigcartel.com today.
All right, so I talked about this on the Bumcast this week, and it was something that I did not expect. But I watched 2 really bad movies, and I bad movies in the sense that like I knew they were bad when I was watching them, but I thoroughly enjoyed them. And I came to a realization. I think I just like bad movies. I think I like the fact that like I could be entertained. I could still be on my phone watching something. So I watched Uncharted with Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg. I was a huge fan of the video games. I played the first 2, and for some reason I just never got around to watching it. I watched it. I'm like, holy shit, this is a piece of shit. But I watched the entire thing, and I'm excited for number 2 that supposedly is coming out in a year and a half. The other movie I watched was Twisters 2. Julie saw that in theaters with her sister, and she's like, "You should give it a shot." And I just never got around to it. It's on Amazon or somewhere. So I watched the second Twisters, which is a sequel, but not really a sequel. It's just like a reiteration of it. And that was really entertaining. So my question to your guys is, what's like your movie guilty pleasures? Because I text Brian and I'm like, I'm a sucker for all of the Fast and Furious movies from number 1 all the way to number 10. And they got another one coming soon, probably, because they'll never stop. I think I'm just a fan of shitty movies.
Yeah, but are those bad though? Like I like
They're
the
bad.
Fast
They're
and
all
Furious-
bad.
What?
Those bad. Those
No,
are bad
they're
movies.
not. When that first Fast and the Furious movie came out, everybody had their fucking car. I seen so many damn super.
I had my
cars.
Jetta.
You had your Jetta, yeah. You had your Jetta. Like it was just so. There was a lot of people that did like that movie. So that's news to me. And I did like a couple of the other ones. When The Rock was in Brazil or something like that. I don't know if that was
That one was a decent
Which was
movie.
like
The Rock
that,
in
but yeah,
Brazil
that
was a
was
good
pretty
movie.
Yeah, come on.
That's what they should rename the movie, because all of the names just kind of blur together. It's the Fast and the Furious, and then Fast and Furious, and then Faster and More Furious. They should just start naming them The Rock in Brazil, the Rock in Australia, and like that way you know which one you're talking about.
The Rock getting $100 million. That's what they named the next one.
Yeah. Joe, you got an answer? Any bad movies or just guilty pleasures?
Guilty pleasures, yeah. I mean, for some, they're called classics, and but for the majority, I think I've seen nothing but bashing all the films. It's all the Ernest P. Worrell movies for me. I can sit through every single Ernest Saves Christmas, Ernest Goes to Jail, Ernest Goes to Camp.
You
Ernest Goes
all
to
right,
Jail
time out.
was one
Time
of my
out.
favorites.
Time out. I remember those being funny when we were like 10 years old, and they just keep coming out with them. And it's like, oh, it's slapstick. It's funny. You're telling me old ass 40-year-old Joey P still like Ernest movies? You're popping one on?
I still, if I see it on Pluto or Netflix or whatever, I'm popping that on, and I'm popping one of these bottles at the same time.
That might be the guiltiest of pleasures. Although Brian looks saying not a guilty pleasure. Those are iconic. Are we in? Brian, are you in on the Ernest movies?
No. And I'm from that generation. Hell no. No, I never liked them. I respected the hustle because it was such silly crap, but no, I was never into the Ernest movies. I also agree that the Fast and the Furious movies are just bad. Like they're just the first one, I'll give it a pass. The rest of them, it's like let's crash our car in 18 different ways and never get a fucking scratch on us. Like it's just like the car's like flying out of an airplane and then it's like landing comfortably on the bridge. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man.
That's real life. That's real life, baby.
Real life really happened. I like terrible fighting movies, like all the Van Damme movies. I'll sit and watch the shit out of Kickboxer, and you know,
Street Fighter.
There is, yep,
yeah. Street Fighter is a guilty pleasure. I love that movie.
Right, Street Fighter. There's a movie from the 80s where this guy comes to Miami and teaches in a high school, like inner city high school, and he teaches these street toughs. What's the fighting style? Capoeira.
Oh, Capoeira or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. It's called Only the Strong, and that's one of those.
I've seen that before. Yeah.
Watching this, it's always on at like 3:00 in the morning on HBO in like 1994. You know.
Johnny, what shitty movie are you watching? I know you watch some shitty movies.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
I'm just saying.
Oh, I do. There's no denying that. So, I'm a very silly person. So I like all the like Mel Brooks movies, like Robin Hood, Men in Tights. I like, also those Naked Gun movies. They don't have that satire anymore. You know, that a lot of people just don't get anymore. That you don't get it. Like, I mean, they had like those, not Scream. Was a Scary Movie. I would say that was kind of like the last, I would say satirical type of like, they compared it to the Naked Gun and all that. But there's some stuff that I think that I don't know if a lot of people like, but I like, and it's just because I grew up in so I actually used to like the Wayans Brothers a lot. I was a big fan of the Wayans Brothers. I think some of you guys know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
don't be a menace.
Oh, that movie was
prob-
awesome.
Yeah,
I don't
that-
think that's a guilty pleasure.
awesome.
Don't Be a Menace is a funny ass movie.
I
No,
thought you were going
I-
White Chicks, man. I totally thought you were
Yeah,
going
I
White
thought-
Chicks.
Yeah,
I
that was
thought
the
you were gonna
first
say
thought I
White
had.
Chicks.
too.
Although I
Yeah.
did see that a couple months ago. That was the first time I ever saw it. But no, that I just like a lot of those silly movies. I think they're hilarious. I think that's a part of a genre that it
You
just
don't see
died
anymore,
off.
right?
I
Yeah.
don't
Right.
think it's ever going to come back. So with those movies, same thing with like Hot Shots. Hot Shots, the first and second one was another thing as well too.
Part
Is-
due. That's yeah.
This-
Those are
I
good
thought the
movies.
second one was
Wait, hold
better
on,
than the
hold on.
first
Am I
one.
yelling? What the fuck's going on?
I
here?
think she's saying I'm yelling. Who's yelling, Julie? Am I
Who's
yelling? Can you hear me?
Am I yelling?
Why
Can-
are we
Can we
yelling?
can we get confirmation here?
Jordan
I
says
don't
the
know
new
what we're
Roadhouse.
yelling about.
The new Roadhouse was so shitty. I loved it. I think I was in a text conversation with Yumper that like I hated it at first, and then I'm like, I think I kind of like this movie. It's Johnny. Do you see it? I think feel like you're.
No,
I mean, you're an
no.
OG Roadhouse guy.
I
You
like
refuse
the
to?
OG Roadhouse. I don't think I could see the new one.
But I mean, that's a movie you could say like that's a bad movie, but you
It's a
fucking
bad
love
movie.
it. Like, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad if you like it and it's a bad movie. But it's. I mean, it's a bad movie. Like, it's a poorly constructed movie that really fucking hits. You know what I mean?
Zoe hated it.
sad-
Zoe loved Roadhouse.
Johnny, you mentioned the Wayans brothers. Have you ever seen their first movie, which is "I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker"?
Yes.
That
So
was- that is
I
a
saw that
classic.
one. I was so during that time when they had those like in living color days, there was
Yeah.
also another one,
Mhm.
Blank Man. You ever seen
Blank
Blank
Man
Man?
was a
Blank
great
Man
movie.
with
Blank Man,
Damon
love that
Wayans.
movie.
That's a
That's a-
funny
yeah.
ass movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Smack me
or
around like Tommy Susan.
Meteor Man. Remember Meteor
Yeah.
Man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another one too. So
That was a Bill Cosby. It was.
All
He
right.
He
Royal
produced that
Rumble.
one.
We got to cancel Johnny. You can't be doing Cosby stuff on the Bumpcast. Sorry.
Oh, come on.
I didn't know that. I did not know that.
Johnny
He's
slid
actually-
back
he was-
underneath
he
the
was
rope.
I
in
thought it
Meteor
was
Man.
not. I thought it was what's his name? Townsend. The main
Robert
character.
Townsend stars in it, but Bill Cosby.
I thought he was the one who
in
wrote it,
and he-
too.
and he produced it.
He wrote it.
Yeah.
I knew he was a producer. We got to fact check this. Otherwise,
Yeah,
we're throwing
you're trying to cancel me here.
my man Johnny under the bus here.
Yeah.
He did write and direct it.
Oh, never mind. Sorry.
Anyway. All right. See you guys.
Nice knowing you, my man.
I'm drinking
Dougie's
a
back
fucking-
on Monday.
a Coca-Cola-
Dougie, you're back, baby.
Oh, too.
Yeah.
All right, now we're all yelling. Missy's saying now Johnny's yelling.
What? I'm not yelling. That's just the way I talk. I've heard that so many times. When I'm talking, I yell, but that's just the way I talk. What do you want me to
We're
do?
very passionate
Johnny's
about
just-
Bill Cosby products.
Johnny's
Shut
very
up.
enthused when he talks. That's what his voice projects when he's enthused.
Yeah, I got to get my point across.
Yeah.
All right. Last topic of the day. Last topic for the Bums Happy Hour presented by Jack's Place, 7000 West Southwest Highway in Chicago Ridge. Like I mentioned, check out their socials because they got some Super Bowl things going on. And you know that game's coming up quick. And then March Madness is their thing. So if you're into college basketball, head up Jack's Place for that first weekend of the year. I mean, that's one of the best weekends in sports in general. So check out Jack's Place. But it's Rumble season. We're going to be doing the playback in about 10 minutes. We're going to watch the 92 Rumble, which is my favorite Rumble, maybe my favorite wrestling pay-per-view ever, just because of that match. So I'll be waxing poetic on the playback. But for now, we said we should probably do some Rumble predictions. I don't want to go through the whole card. We could probably do that, off to the side if we're doing the playback. But I do want to talk about the main event, which is the men's Royal Rumble match, because that's my favorite. That's my favorite match of the year. I've been watching it since I was a kid. It's like can't miss. It's entertaining. Surprise entrance, and whoever wins and things like that. So I want to go around the room and just give a quick prediction of what you think. Who's gonna win, and maybe a surprise or something that will catch you off guard. So I'll start with. Joey, you're all decked out in wrestling gear, so I might as well start with you.
Well, obviously, the stars are aligning that Punk is gonna potentially do what he was intended to do last year for WrestleMania, and that was go against Seth. So now that he's healthy, knock on wood somewhere. But yeah, I definitely think that Punk is going to Punk is going to win this year. I think if there's a close second, if that for whatever reason doesn't happen because of what's best for business, then I definitely can see Roman winning.
Yeah, that makes sense. Right?
Yeah, I agree. Roman's probably going to win, in my opinion. I think it's going to set up him and Cody again, and Cody's finally going to pull the Homelander, and maybe even go with Heyman. I don't know, but it's gonna pull some shenanigans and win again. What I'd like to know is what's everybody's dream Royal Rumble win. Mine is freaking R-Truth winning. Going to WrestleMania, winning R-Truth.
We're talking about guilty pleasures. That's
guy's been in the business for 30 fucking years and busted his ass and done everything they've always asked him to do. Give it to him before he's done.
No,
but my that's one of my other dream scenario is Kevin Owens beats Cody tomorrow.
That's what
Sami Zayn wins the Royal Rumble and that, but they kind of teased that, but that's just a tease.
That would be so cool just because of the history those two guys have. So we haven't, dude, Brian, like we used to do the playback, the AEW playbacks and stuff like that. It's been a while since we've talked wrestling, and throughout, like we probably haven't done a show together since Cody's been champion. I feel like his championship run, while it's easy to say, like, you know, chasing the title is usually better than the actual title reign. It's been so like lacking up until this Kevin Owens run. I think Kevin Owens has built this storyline up so good that like Kevin Owens is doing probably some of the best work he's done character wise, not even in ring, but just like, you know, trying to build up this feud that it's elevating Cody, which is crazy to say because Cody's the champion.
Right.
So I would love to see, you know, like a Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn eventually. I just don't think it's going to happen. I think my prediction is something kind of similar to both of you guys. I would like to see Punk win because he's just always been my guy. You know, like, you know, if Punk wins the Rumble and ends up headlining WrestleMania, that's the only championship we're going to see as Chicago sports fans. So we might as well embrace it. You know, like
that's a good point.
That like he's the only, you know, playoffs we're going to see. So I'm rooting for Punk. But realistically, what I think is going to happen is I think Roman does win. So it's going to be Roman, but then Punk cashes in his favor, so he still headlines WrestleMania in a triple threat match. I think that's how the Heyman, Punk, Roman angle works out. I don't think he cashes in his favor in the Rumble, but he finds his way into the main event of WrestleMania. But if we're talking about like what I would like to see, and WWE has a history of just not pulling the trigger on guys that are super hot too early. They almost wait too long a lot of the times. It's Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu right now is so good. And like wrestling, he's there. He's barely starting to cut promos. And that first promo I saw, the one where he's walking through the tunnel and, you know, it was unbelievable. I want more Jacob Fatu. I want to just, you know, hot shot him. He doesn't have to win the title, but at least hot shot him to the point where, you know, main event, because he's awesome.
I feel like they've been very, very careful with him since coming in, and I think they're going to continue to be careful with him until he's ready. I don't know if it's going to work out yet. They don't want Solo Sikoa again, because Solo Sikoa was a fucking flop. Let's be frank. And it's not his fault. Solo Sikoa is a good wrestler. He does his job. But they pushed him too far. They pushed him too hard, and he wasn't a main event guy, and they were throwing him in the main event and SummerSlam. Like no, like he's not ready, you know. So I think that's what they're worried about. I think Jacob is significantly more talented though.
I think it's comparing apples to oranges because wrestling wise, I think he's ready. I know, you know, Yumper's saying he's, you know, reckless, but like he's just got that like aura that like Solo never had. Like they forced
He's
Solo
gonna
on
beat
people.
someone important. He's gonna
Yeah.
beat someone important at WrestleMania. That's what they did with Undertaker. They put him up against Snuka, who was probably the second biggest star in the business in the 80s and moving into the 90s. They're gonna do that again, you know.
Right. Johnny, before we get to your prediction, I'm gonna get a super chat. She says, "Cheers, guys," from Sandy Pantoja.
Cheers.
Joey P's better half. So, salud.
Salud.
All right, you got anything hot off the presses?
Yeah, Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Oh
So
yeah.
I wanted to kind of wanted to bring up something else. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to be perfectly honest. I haven't been watching any of this storylines of what I think is going to happen. I am going to watch the Royal Rumble because it's one of my favorite wrestling events of all time. I always like doing the countdown as well too. Like if I was like in the stands and like a New Year's type of thing. But who I think if we're gonna go with like kind of like, all right, it's looking like this. Yeah, you could look at CM Punk. You could look at, I'm just kind of looking over here, like either CM Punk or Roman Reigns.
Cena.
You know who? Yeah. I mean, it's possible.
One last run.
Last run.
Break the record.
I could see him and Gunther going to WrestleMania. He's not getting Cody.
No.
But these are storylines. I mean, anything can change. Just like it doesn't necessarily mean if somebody wins the Royal Rumble, you know how they could change scripts and be like, "Wow, that was a surprise. I didn't think that was going to happen." All of a sudden, they change things around. I'm like, "Okay, this is exactly what's going to happen." But I don't know. There's other surprises. I mean, they only showed half of the I think the entrance, right? There's like other entrants that they're it's like a lot of surprises.
Yeah. So there's 15 guys announced as of this morning when I checked last, and I think there's going to be most of the main roster, but there's going to be some people. One of the surprises I had written down is probably like it's almost a lock. I feel like Joe Henry is going to be in there. He's so hot right now. They got the deal done with TNA. Like I don't understand the Joe Henry hype. Jason,
I don't get him.
Brian, we're in a wrestling group chat together on Twitter, and I think I sent that out like maybe like 2 months ago. I just don't understand the Joe Henry hype. I understand like he's the hottest thing, on social media, but that never really translates to WWE specifically. But yeah, I think he's gonna make a surprise entry, and then maybe Yumper saying Matt Cardona probably.
I can see Cardona for sure. He's made some comments recently that kind of lead you in the direction that he wants to go back, even if it's just like a one-off thing.
All right, question: if he goes back, he has to go back as Matt Cardona, right? They can't do
better
Zack
go
Ryder,
back.
right?
I don't think he would agree to go back as Zack Ryder. He wants nothing to do with that shit.
Yeah. Bobby Jenks would be a good, but he might be on the outs with WWE, just like he's on the outs with the White Sox. We don't know. All right, before we wrap the show, we got a $9.99. It's Julie. Thank you, Julie. I guess I'll do it too here to hype up and say stay tuned for the new tailgate attire. Her new tailgate attire. Julie does have some ideas for tailgate gear, so stay tuned for opening day at Whiskey at Comiskey. But yeah, so I wanted to wrap up the show talking wrestling, but we're gonna continue that in about what? What do you think? 3 minutes? 4 minutes?
A few minutes here, yeah.
On the sadistic, no, it's on the Magnificent Stan playback channel. I'm gonna put the links somewhere. I'll put it on Twitter. We'll share it everywhere.
I mean, I'll say it to people right now if they want to type it in. It's playback.tv/Magnificent Stan. That's all. That's all it is. So it's pretty easy to get to. It'll be blank, and then when I pop on, it'll show up. So
somebody sent me that. I'm not gonna remember what he just said right now.
DJ.
I'm like 3 drinks in.
We'll share the links on the socials all over the place. And then, we're going to watch the 92 Rumble. And like I said on the promo for the show, I'm going to wax poetic about Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Yeah, Bobby Heenan's commentary is just legendary for that match.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite match of all time. We're going to watch it. And then we'll probably talk a little more current wrestling while we watch that match too. Because I got some questions for Brian. Because we haven't talked AEW or WWE in a while. I missed you, Brian.
Yeah. I miss you, buddy.
All right. That's our show. Thank you to Jason. He came on. Shout out to Dougie. He was supposed to be on, obviously working. Thank you to Johnny subbing in. amazing substitute. Joey P, as always. Joey P, you're at this point, you're the stalwart of the Bums Happy Hour. You are the guy.
I'm the one that goes all hour long, and then you guys throw me out at the end.
Yeah, that's true. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you to Jack's Place, 7000 West Southwest Highway in Chicago Ridge. They're presenting sponsor of this show. And thank you guys in the comments. This was a fun show. I mean, the comments were bumping. We had a good topics list, and everyone was involved. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys Monday for the Bumpcast. We out.
Keep going. Keep going.
Amazing.
No. I love you all.